After that last exercise, you should now have all the body part fragments displayed on screen. But the app is kind of boring right now. So the next thing we'll do is add some fun interaction. One common user interaction is to update the image display when a user clicks on a fragment or a view in a fragment. So I'll be creating a click listener for our body part fragment so that each fragment can respond to clicks by changing the image it's displaying. The idea is that on a click, the fragment will update to display the next image resource in its stored list of image IDs. You might be used to attaching click listeners on a view through an activity, but remember that the power of fragments is in their reusability and modularity. So in this case, it's a good idea to handle the click interaction within the fragment class, since it repeats for all body part fragments. So let's go to our body part fragment code. So I'll want to add a click listener on the image view in our body part fragment class. Then, on a click, I'll increment the value of mListIndex and update the image resource to the next image in our list of image IDs. The image view will need to be declared final since it's being accessed now by an inner class. I'll also want to give our fragment a way to figure out if it's reached the end of the list of images to display. And if the list index reaches the value at the end of the list, I'll reset the displayed list index to the first image ID at index 0. This way I can keep on clicking through, updating the list index and image resource to display. So let's see what it looks like when I run this app now. Each body part fragment has an internal click listener, and it changes image IDs based on how many times I click. So the functionality looks pretty good, but look at what happens when I rotate. When I rotate the device, it resets the images. And I want it to maintain state, so I'll want to have a way to save the current state of the body part fragments. Let's go back to our code. I can do this by overriding the method onSaveInstanceState and saving the current variables in a bundle. And a bundle in this case is just a set of key value pairs. I'll want to have this bundle include the image list and the current list index of this body part fragment. I'll define the strings as static final string variables, named ImageIDList and listIndex. Then I'll save the bundle of variables, the image ID list and the list index, in onSaveInstanceState. I attach the current image list to the image ID list string, and I attach the current mList index to list index string. So I'm storing the current image ID list and the current list index. Then, at the start of onCreateView, if I detect a saved state, I'll load the value of these saved variables. Finally, to complete the saving state code, I'll have to go back to the Android Me activity, and I'll slightly modify this code so that I'm only creating new fragments if there are no previously saved fragments. So I'll wrap this fragment creation code in an if statement that checks if there's a saved instance state. Now let's run our app again. Now I'll click on my body part images and rotate. This time, the fragment states are all saved. Next, it will be your turn to follow along with the to-dos in code and play around with click interactions.